Step up, Grandpa. It's a flood of talk.
Yo! What's up, everybody? We're back. It's a flood of talk. We're going on the third week of this coronavirus.
Live quarantine. Yeah.
Coronavirus. This is getting serious out there.
Broadcasting live from the bunkers.
From the bunker, man. Like, I haven't been outside in a minute. As you can tell, I haven't even, shaved. No need, not going outside, but, you know.
It's kind of grizzly, you know what I mean? I hit up the edges a little bit.
Yeah, you know. But that's how it goes. My name is Steve. Over on the other side of the booth, got Jay. Just chilling over there. But we, yeah, we got another show for you. We're gonna keep it going, keep you guys entertained during this coronavirus pandemic. We're all stuck inside. My son hasn't had a haircut in like 3 weeks. He keeps a hat on his head the whole time.
I do.
But yeah, the struggle is getting real for real. But yeah, so we've got some news items for you today. We're gonna start it off with some Game of Thrones news. We've got some politics news. We've got some pop culture-ness going on, and Florida Man's coming up later.
It kind of, in Florida Man, encompasses a lot of topics all in one.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida.
We've got drugs, sex, politics. What else do you need in one story?
Yo, Florida Man's got it all, man. He's like the superpowered news story of the week. But all right, so let's see. What do we got going on next? Let's cue up the music. All right. So our first story is going to be from Inverse. It's a Game of Thrones news item. Winds of Winter needs to confirm Brienne's link to a Westeros legend. I think that probably should say to a... Well, yeah, I guess Westeros legend. I was going to say Westerosi legend, but I guess that's too... That might be too strict. But
either or, I mean,
say that again.
Either or, it's like saying a legend from England as compared to an English legend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and I think this one might be old, in old news in general, but and George R. R. Martin confirmed this. By the way, the cool thing about the pandemic right now is that George R. R. Martin had to close his small theater. So now he's just chilling in his house. So I think he should be writing that book. If he's not writing that book.
He's got a fairly recent quote that's saying he's been locked away. He's had nothing but time to do but write. He actually said that.
There you go. There you go. So maybe we'll get this book after all. Maybe we'll get this book in 2020 at some point.
Chill.
Like the end of the year.
Chill.
But you read those short stories about Duncan Egg, right? Sir Duncan the Tall.
I have not. No, I didn't. No, I did not read them out of protest.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't read them either. Shame on me. But yeah, so he has these short stories about Sir Duncan the Tall and Aegon Targaryen 5, I believe.
Yeah, whatever. One of them.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them that didn't have a dragon.
Yeah, so anyway, so this article basically goes over the information that Brienne of Tarth is descended from Sir Duncan the Tall. This has been a fan theory for a while. Some clues were dropped in the books over time, and George R. R. Martin confirmed it in an interview. Well, not in an interview, but he was being asked by a person who was signing his book, if there was going to be any backstory to, Brienne being descended from Sir Duncan the Tall in the books, and George R. R. Martin said, sure. So he basically, sometimes I wonder that when George is writing, he takes forever to write his books, and fans are always coming up with theories on what is going to be what. I wonder if sometimes he doesn't really know what the heck he's going to do, and then he sees a fan theory, and he's like, I like that.
That's clever.
I'm putting that in a book.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, because I'm pretty sure he ran out of ideas. That's why he hasn't come out with the books.
So
keep coming up with those fan theories, people.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I kind of think that, because I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd, but I have as a DM. Sometimes what we'll do is, like, when you're
gonna have to explain what DM means.
The dungeon master, the person that runs the game. If you've ever done played role playing before, you know what I'm talking about. But essentially, the dungeon master, or the game master is what it's called in other role playing games. They basically set up the story. And run the players through it. So anyways, when players will, like, voice their theories about what they think is happening in the story at that particular time, and as a DM, sometimes you'll be like, that's a good idea, I'm going to use that. And the players never know. And they think they cleverly figured out what the DM wanted to do, but it was actually the opposite way around. The DM was like, ooh, that's a clever little plot twist.
What I originally thought.
That's better than what I planned. Yeah, exactly.
I've got a feeling that the show ending was actually his rough draft ending.
No. Well, let's be glad. Let's be glad the show did it first, so he could go, ooh,
yeah.
Let me change that up. But yeah. So, anyways, in this article, it talks about how there's similarities. Well, Duncan was very tall. And, a tall, big guy, as described in this article. And
also because as described by his name, Sir Duncan the Tall.
Yeah. The description in the books, or in the short story books, is Duncan, on the other hand, was an honorable man. He was a very large man, almost 7 feet tall and thick as a castle wall. Like Brienne, and this is the article, like Brienne, he had a strong sense of justice, of doing what's right regardless of the consequences. He first made a name for himself by attacking a Targaryen prince to stop him from harming an innocent, low-born woman. There was the other thing the article points out is there was a crest, and this is probably the most blatant example where George R. R. Martin just put it out there without him having to say it explicitly, but just the Easter egg in the books, kind of between the short story and the main series. So the crest that Duncan used was a tree with a falling star, like a green falling star going over it. That was described in the short stories, and then in his main series, I think it was a Feast of Crows. Yeah, Feast of Crows. It says there's this entry here where it says, "You did beautifully," Brienne said when the woman showed her the freshly painted shield. It was more a picture than a proper coat of arms. And the sight of it took her back through the long years to the cool dark of her father's armory. She remembered how she'd run her fingertips across the cracked and faded paint over the green leaves of the tree and along the path of the falling stars. So right then, you get that crest that was described as Sir Duncan's crest from the short stories. So, an astute reader who read the short stories and read this would have to say that, oh yeah, well, Brienne is somehow a relative of Sir Duncan the Tall, or I guess if you were gonna be non-committal, you could say that, maybe they were the Tarths were bequeathed that particular sigil from Sir Duncan.
Or they could have beat him at some point.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But George R. R. Martin confirmed at a book signing that Brienne was descended from Sir Duncan the Tall. So, all that being said, the article talks about how this needs to be further explored in the Winds of Winter. And there's a link here for the Winds of Winter release date.
Which will be released right after this virus is over and George R. R. Martin's dead.
Yeah. And
I'm just trying to manage expectations here.
Yeah. So there's a link in this article about the release date being back on track for one unexpected reason. The unexpected reason is the pandemic. So that that got George back to the typewriter.
You know what? I think he really does probably type on a typewriter too.
Yeah, I bet. Old school, man. He's been writing these books since the 90s.
How old am I that I remember how those actually operate?
Old enough. But
back in the days of the rotary phone.
Exactly. All right, so that's our Game of Thrones news. It's actually a bit of good news because we learned that George R. R. Martin is writing again. So hey, anytime I can put out news like that is a great day.
Heard the rumor that he may be writing again.
I believe he's writing again. I mean, what else could he be doing? He's sitting in his house. He's
30 years between books.
He's 77.
What do you mean? What else could he be doing?
He's 77 years old, I think, and he can't be out there trying to. And he's 77, and he's extremely overweight. So the last thing Gurm needs to do is pick up the coronavirus. Yo,
he understands this, but I can see George R. R. Martin right now at spring break, shirt off. Some Borat Speedos on, some open-toed sandals, and a Mai Tai, howling at a nearly 20-year-old's first time on spring break, first alcoholic fueled experience, and just praying on him right now. That's what your boy is doing right now. They haven't closed those beaches in Florida yet. That's what he's doing right now.
Oh, no. No, dude, don't say it, because then that's gonna take him out. He's gonna catch the Rona, and he's gonna be
looking like a really badly overused shag rug. Just this patchy fur all over the place. Just
Oh man. Please, George, if you're outside, get back inside and stay safe so you can finish these books. You don't have much time left, man. You've lived most of your life already, and you still got 2 books to finish.
How great would it be if he watched this?
That would be awesome.
When I gave that description of him. That'd be golden.
Yeah. All right. So, unfortunately, we have some less jolly news to go over. And I hate to do it, but we're going to have to.
killed the joy.
Yep. All right. So the next
Some
piece
happy-ass
is
music.
Biden has talked with Obama about possible presidential pick. So I have this to say about that. Like, Joe, why are you talking to Obama about a vice presidential pick when you should be out in front of the cameras talking about what your, prescription would be for us being in a pandemic? Like, the dude has been persona non grata during this whole time.
You are like way more invested in this one than I am.
Well, I mean, he's gonna win, barring some dramatic, miraculous, change of mind of the Democratic electorate. This dude's essentially the nominee for the Democratic Party. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think he'll win. And with what he's doing now being like Exhibit A on the fact why he won't win, but like this guy, like I swear his campaign keeps this guy hidden because when he gets out there to talk, he sounds like he's one neuron short of babbling. So,
which is an improvement over what we have now, because I mean, what we have now is constant babble and drivel. But
I got you. I mean, geez, man.
You gotta look at the bar we're having to surpass right now. It's not very high, bro.
Yeah, man. It's amazing how much the establishment is against Bernie Sanders. That they'll push a mentally declining old man over him.
Well, that part you can't really. That part can almost go towards Sanders too, because the age-wise are damn near equal. You know?
Yeah, sure.
What you have to look at is like basically that they don't. The bigger critique out of this isn't what you're saying. The biggest critique is that the ideals that they expose, they don't really believe in. That's the real critique that you should be focused on, not the mentally declining white man over the other old white guy whose mental decline is slightly behind. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's a fucked up critique. I mean, that's not an effective critique. If you're really going to critique it, you should critique the fact that they don't really believe in the ideals that they espouse all the time. We're for this, we're for that. Well, the guy who's been for this and been for that, you don't support because he wasn't in your quote unquote club. You know what I mean? That's the real critique here. Don't get caught up in see, that's the problem. That right there. That's it.
Yeah, it's because I've gotten I'm like, oh well. It's kind of like that oh well point. Like I'm just like, well, it's a done deal. So it's like the only thing I have left.
I don't see that. Because even back before it was a done deal, that's a lot of times we get caught up criticizing the stuff that really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Again, you're talking about you're like, who wants? You've been saying this for like this whole cycle. Biden's old. He's having a mental decline. Like Bernie ain't a year younger than him. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I got you. That wouldn't be the main critique. The main critique is Joe's policies. That's.
Right. I know. But I'm saying, my point is that shouldn't even be a critique. That there's so much alike in that way that shouldn't even be a critique.
Yeah. The old part. Yeah, of course.
But when you make that a critique, that's what those other people, those people who want the status quo to thrive, that's what they seize on, and you can't ever get that back now. And that's how they keep winning.
Yeah. Right. Why are you talking about Joe being old? You know.
Exactly. And now you can never get that conversation back. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be careful with the critique. Because it's like it's golf. You gotta you're at a par 5 hole. That means you got 5 shots to make it and to be anywhere near good, right?
Yeah.
So you got to look at critiquing somebody like that.
Yeah.
It's a par whatever hole. Because each one of these shots counts.
Oh yeah, and you know how like, don't you hate those people that are always name dropping? Like they just name drop for their cred or whatever. Like they're like, oh yeah, I know so and so. Oh yeah, when I was with so and so. Oh yeah, you know so and so, right? Because he was like blah blah, and me and him were like blah blah. Like that's exactly what Joe is doing here.
Yes.
So,
yes. See, here we go. That's much better critique right there. I felt it. I felt like what Joe was doing on like a super like on steroids way is saying, hey guys, I'm calling my black friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, if he hadn't have been Barack Obama's running mate, this guy would have been nowhere near the nomination, dude. Nowhere near.
He'd have hated Obama if he didn't get picked.
No, I'm talking about if. Oh yeah, yes, yeah. No, we understand the political reason why Barack Obama picked Joe Biden. I'm just saying that if it wasn't the case that Joe Biden was the pick. Like,
I know what you're saying. I'm saying on top of that.
Who would care about Joe Biden? Nobody would care.
On top of what you're saying, what I'm saying is that if Obama didn't pick Biden, Biden would absolutely hate Obama today.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think Obama is in the same cloth. They're both establishment Democrats, so.
I mean, right, but I think he would hate him out of pure jealousy. Like you did.
Oh,
you picked the darkie over me. He would hate Obama henceforth and forevermore.
Oh well. First of all, if he hadn't have picked Joe Biden, I don't think that Barack Obama would have picked a minority. I think.
Yeah, we know this. We know this. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if he didn't get picked as vice
president, you're talking about he'd be mad at America.
Joe Biden would hate Obama to this day.
He would still hate him.
He would carry a grudge. He wouldn't mention his name. Like he would hate him. That's all I'm saying. Like he would carry this hate on till today.
But in this article though, he's just got major love for Obama, so.
Yeah, because it's his black friend.
Yeah. He says the most important thing, and I've actually talked to Barack about this.
And he speaks so well.
Here's the sentence. Here's what he could have just said. The most important thing is that there has to be someone who, the day they're picked, is prepared to be president of the United States of America if something happened. But he said. The most important thing, and I've actually talked to Barack about this. Like, okay, and who cares? And then obviously people care. People obviously care because they're voting for him. And then he goes on to say, let's see.
The most important thing, and I've actually talked to Barack about this, the most important thing is that there has to be someone who, the day after they're picked, is prepared to be president of the United States of America if something happened.
Then he says, but the second criteria, so that's the first criteria, that if something happens, because he realizes that he's old. Oh, he's 77 too, so him and George R. R. Martin. So he realizes that he's 77. He had a brain aneurysm before. His son Bo died from brain cancer. He's thinking of the fact that he could eventually go the same way, and it could be while he's president. So understandable. So that's his first thing, is that the person he picks has to be someone that can be a president right away. Then he goes, but the second criteria is I would very much like my administration to look like the country, like Barack and our administration look like. Like he didn't need to add that, dude.
Yes, he did, because this is his black. Yes, he did need to add that. See, again, your critiques, you're missing the point. Remember, every one of these is valuable. Once you shot that one off, it's now clouded it, and you can't get the conversation back. Okay, now he's doing that because he's doing my black friend.
I got it.
No. But you can't just do my black friend thing once and just go off. You got to
keep doing it
to your black friend.
Yeah,
repeatedly. Because this is telling them a message to all the black sheeple out there who
vote for me, right?
So there is nothing to critique here because you need the sheeple.
It's like I'm with you. Me and Barack, remember?
Yes. No, there's nothing to critique here. He's doing what he has to do to get elected. No
Right.
critique from me here.
It says Biden has said he would like to have the kind of respectful and trust-filled relationship with his running mate that he and Obama enjoyed, calling it simpatico.
Simpatico.
Oh, so on his list, short list, I guess, is Stacey Abrams, former Georgia gubernatorial candidate. Elizabeth Warren, which I'm gonna he's not Elizabeth Warren. He's not gonna pick her. Amy Klobuchar, which, to be honest,
How is see now, if you're gonna level critique anywhere, here's where you zero in and unload. I'm just saying, because these names,
Yes.
Abrams, Warren, Kamala Harris.
yeah,
How the hell
and
did Klobuchar
Klobuchar.
get-
How? Because she got third place in freaking New Hampshire, probably.
Because she's the milquetoast white girl who's just like him in terms of his politics and what they believe and everything. But I'm saying, it's nowhere near any of these other names, but somehow made the finals list. That now, if you want a level of critique in the story, here's where you train your guns.
Oh yeah, of course. When I mentioned her name, I was gonna say that would be. I mean, okay. So I'm gonna be objectively political here. Amy Klobuchar would be the worst pick that he could make. That'd be the worst pick.
Because Biden and Klobuchar are basically Republicans.
Yeah, if he's at all smart, or has smart people around him, of anyone on this list, the only two people that he could possibly consider, since he already said in the debate that he's gonna pick a woman, the only two people he can consider is Stacey Abrams or Kamala Harris. That's it.
See, I'd have to disagree.
On this list.
Oh yeah, it'd be on this list.
Yeah,
I'm going Stacey Abrams and Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, I mean,
Elizabeth wants to win.
Okay. Well, first of all, if he picked Elizabeth Warren, that would make me somewhat happy. Somewhat. I just don't think he would, though. I don't think he's going to want somebody in his administration. Now, obviously, I don't think she has proven throughout this campaign that she's not a real progressive in the truest sense, right? She allows her own ambition and her own political calculation to get in the way with what she should have been doing if she was truly a progressive. She should have never gone after Bernie Sanders, especially over something that was demonstrably not true.
She did what politicians do.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, a true progressive progressive politician would not have done that. I believe.
We're gonna have to disagree. Geek down. I mean, if Bernie had an easy shot on somebody like that, I think he'd take it. I mean,
he
didn't have no real low hanging fruit that was just out there like that. Look, shooters gonna shoot.
Well, he could have gone after Elizabeth Warren with her PAC stuff, but he didn't really do that.
I mean, that was done for him, though. I mean, she had to answer a whole lot of those questions anyway. It was no point in I'm just saying, she was gonna shoot. I mean,
that's true. Well, and the other thing too is, if you are gonna shoot, do it with something that's true, and not with something made up. So I'll take your.
What game are you watching?
No. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are two types of politicians in my mind. There are the politicians that there are politicians that will do anything to get elected, even if it's a lie, right? There are those politicians. Then there are politicians that have some principles. Now, I will say that I will take your point that if Bernie Sanders could have been way more aggressive than he was. Like, he didn't have that "I'm gonna take you out" type mentality to his campaign. And you can have that mentality and go after people with things that are true. And I would say that a principled politician who's effective will go on the attack, but they won't come with lies and falsehoods. They'll come with the truth and bury you with the truth, like he almost kind of was doing in that last debate when he asked Joe repeatedly about his Social Security statements on the floor of Congress. He almost got to that point, but he should have been doing that often, throughout the campaign. He should have been coming at people with their actual, weaknesses, but he wasn't doing that. Elizabeth Warren, in my mind, was just your standard politician coming at people with stuff that wasn't even true. So that's my distinction.
All right, then let me give you my theory.
All right.
There's only one type of politician. It's the first type you mentioned.
Okay.
That's it. There's only one type. All right. Bernie Sanders isn't a very good politician.
I got you. So you're saying if you're a good politician,
he's not very good at the game.
Got you. Okay.
That's why he wins in New Hampshire. That's where he's from, right?
He's from Vermont.
Vermont. Oh, see, look, I don't even know. It's still only, no matter how you slice it, they only got like 24 people. We combined the two. All right. That's why he wins there and not anywhere else. So first of all, there's only one type. They all lie, do whatever every now and then. I mean, look, Bernie got his gun votes and all that. All right. All of them do some dirty shit sometimes, right? All of them. Every one of them. Bernie just isn't good at the game.
I would agree. I would agree there. I mean, he's not good.
Bernie always wins the idea portion of the contest.
Right. But not the get down and dirty, not the...
And whenever Bernie talks, everybody's like, yeah. And that's why he gets votes, because people are like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. But then a real politician comes along and does some slick shit like, and does a little magic, pull the rabbit out the hat. Ain't real, but it's flashy, and they all go that way. And next thing you know, Bernie's always caught in the wind talking about, what about my ideals? And people are like, yeah, you didn't pull the rabbit out of the hat. So he's just not good at the game.
Yeah, no, that I agree. He's not good at the mudslinging part of politics at all.
He's not good at politics. Again, that's why he wins in Vermont.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to have the policy side too. You can't. He's got the policy side down, but the.
So what you're saying is he should simply work as a wonk. Then he shouldn't be like. Running. He should be a policy wonk.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the only way to wield power is as a politician. So.
That's right.
Otherwise, you don't have the ability to enact anything that you would stand for.
He's bad at the politics, which is why he'll never win. Like, he can't. Again, you can win in Vermont. I mean, you got like 12 loggers. What city's in Vermont? Exactly.
Burlington.
Coat factory.
But he was the former mayor. He was the former mayor of Burlington. That's.
How many people in Burlington?
What's the capital? Montpelier. I
don't know. Exactly. No one knows or cares. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's he got a couple loggers over here, a few fishermen over there, a couple nurses. Boom! Yeah. I can get you to vote for me. All right.
Yeah, I got you, man. Got you. But hey,
our guy sucks at the game.
So there you go. So Joe is gonna be the nominee,
and he got a black friend.
He's got a black friend. He's probably going to add a black woman to his campaign as his running mate.
It can't be Kamala Harris though.
Why?
Like it might be because once you choose her, you lose the black male vote.
So do you think? Okay, so you think?
A prosecutor.
So yeah, that's true. So you think he's going to pick a white woman then?
It's either going to be Stacey Abrams from that list or Elizabeth Warren.
Okay, then it'll have to be Stacey Abrams. But I agree with you. He's probably not going to pick Kamala Harris. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if he picked Kamala Harris, but
I wouldn't be surprised either. But I think if he does that, he sacrifices the black male vote.
Maybe Jim Clyburn goes out there and says, still you should vote for Biden.
Then that means them niggas in South Carolina vote for him. Because he only got sway over them niggas down there.
Yeah.
not the rest of these niggas around here. Niggas in Baltimore don't give a shit about what clout. Nigga in Baltimore don't even clout. Who? What?
Oh, I got you. And what's his name just died.
I'm from West Baltimore. I ain't even never been to DC before. What I know about South Carolina?
And what's his name? Oh my gosh, he just died. Elijah Cummings. And I would bet money that Elijah Cummings would have backed Joe Biden.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I don't know how much pull he's got among the black population in Baltimore, but he would have been endorsing Joe Biden if he was alive. So
black people in Baltimore is behind Biden, but again, because he's got a black friend.
Yeah. So you think Kamala would basically make male blacks in Baltimore not vote for him?
Well, black males in general, yeah. Like, well, that's what she already had a problem with getting black male vote, and there was during this entire election cycle, the only time they ever mentioned the black male vote was when talking about Kamala Harris. Yeah. Because if you look at it, all the reporting, it's always about black women, but you never hear anything about black male. Like we talk about what's the dude in Alabama, the senator Jim, what's his name? The Democratic senator there. Ooh. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, all over the country, when he got elected during that special election, they praised black women because they're the reason he got in, and black women voted for him at like 96%. But guess what? Black men voted for him at 93%.
Yeah.
Without that 93% voted for him, he wouldn't have made it. But again, they're not mentioned at all. And during this election cycle, the only time black men were mentioned was when mentioning Kamala Harris. Yeah. And because she was a prosecutor and she had every prosecutor in America has a lot of questionable cases when they prosecuted black men. So, and so that was an obvious weak spot for her. So black men weren't supporting her. And they like, well, look what you did to such and such, such and such, such and such. Yeah. And then on top of the fact that she married the white guy, on top of the fact.
Yeah, he probably won't pick her, not to mention she had to drop out because she was going to lose California, so she probably wouldn't even win her own state.
Why was she losing California?
No, your point's taken. So he won't pick her. I don't think he'll pick Elizabeth Warren because she couldn't win New Hampshire. I mean, she couldn't win Massachusetts. She couldn't win her own state. She came in like 4th in her own state. Amy Klobuchar was set to win her state if she had stayed in the race. So, but I still think Amy Klobuchar would be a terrible VP pick. I mean, Stacey Abrams is probably the pick he's probably gonna make.
I mean, Klobuchar's got worse prosecutor.
Oh, that's right.
Harris.
Yeah, she's got a prosecutor problem too.
But
she was gonna win her state.
But she would still get a better percentage of the black male vote than Harris because black males are like, what do you expect? She's a white woman. They normally don't like us anyway.
Yeah, not to mention, I wasn't even aware that Amy Klobuchar was a prosecutor, really. Everybody knew that Kamala Harris was a prosecutor because she was such a high-profile one in California. But Klobuchar has been in the Senate for a while, so it's been a minute since she's been a prosecutor. So maybe
that was the
just
only thing I knew about her when I heard her name running. That I didn't even know she was a senator.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I knew she was a prosecutor.
I was the other way. Like I've known her as a senator for the last 5 to 10 years, and I wasn't aware that she was a prosecutor in Minnesota before that. Yeah. So, all right. So Joe Biden probably picked Stacey Abrams. He could potentially pick Amy Klobuchar as well. He's gonna have his black friend along when the general election gets going.
And he speaks so well.
Oh my God! There's gonna be so many stages where him and Barack Obama are gonna be like arm in arm in the general election. I'm gonna be so over it. But anyways.
And he speaks so well. And that's what they always say about us.
Yeah, right. That's what he said about Barack Obama or something to the effect.
Exactly, yeah, he did it. He did.
Back during that 2008 campaign.
Yeah.
It's like
but again, that's expected.
Yeah. But anyways, so that's enough news. So we're gonna take our break now, and the break is I got this piece of music from an artist named King Sis. She's brand new. From what I could tell, from what I could see when I did my research, she's got like 3 singles released that all came out this year. The earliest stuff that she was on was from last year, and she was on various people's other people's singles and mixtapes and stuff like that. So I don't know where she's from. I tried to look up a biography. There's really no biography out on her right now. So she's that new. But the song is cool. I kind of picked it based on the title because we're all stuck in our houses right now over this pandemic, and I think the yearning for all of us to be free to go out and go to the store and go to the movies.
Coronacation.
Yeah, we're on that Ronication. So the song that I'm gonna play is called "I Wanna Be Free," and we're gonna go ahead and cue that up right now. And we're back. Technical difficulties. We'll get the Skype back. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Just gotta be light on our feet during the coronacation.
You gotta be ready to, roll with the punches. But yeah, that was a cool little track. It was a little,
a little bit.
Yeah, some chill, happy vibes while we're, dreaming about.
That's like bubble bath and candle music.
Bubble bath and candle. Yep. So we're back, and we got a little bit of light news to make you laugh a little bit. So our next piece of information to talk about is Pornhub is offering free premium memberships to countries on coronavirus lockdown. Sees traffic leap.
Now, I had some issues, some qualms with this article.
Okay.
Because apparently, if you search this article like I did when you sent it, I was like, it's funny. But when I searched it, I also saw that Pornhub is offering free memberships for the whole year in 2020 either way.
Oh my God.
They're just advertising during the quarantine a little harder now.
Dang. Yeah. But this is funny. So it says France, Spain, and Italy are among the European countries hardest hit by the coronavirus and whose citizens are required to stay indoors for the foreseeable future in an effort to slow the virus spread. That's going to be us soon, quite frankly.
Yep. You're right. I'm worried.
Yeah, I mean, I'm laughing, but inside I'm freaking out.
A few weeks ago, you're Mr. Fox News.
Yeah. And let's see, afternoon traffic has jumped as well, which the blog authors attribute to more people working from the comforts of their homes. So, people are surfing Pornhub while they're teleworking.
Right? You ain't got nobody to look over your cubicles, so you know what I'm saying? You gotta get the Gallagher, poncho for your keyboard. Yeah. Ski. From the windows to the monitor.
Let's see. The company this week announced free premium memberships to viewers in France and Spain after doing the same for Italy a week prior. In light of the expanding quarantine, we are extending free Pornhub premium for the month to our friends in France. Pornhub will also donate this month's sales from Model Hub Courage France. The company posted on its Twitter account Tuesday. It announced the same for Spain in a similar tweet. Model Hub is Pornhub's adult content marketplace. And then it goes through and says what a premium subscription is. I guess it's, say $9.99 a month or $7.99 a month with a year-long package. So they're giving that away.
Get a discount buying in bulk.
Yeah. There you go. And it says here at the very bottom, Pornhub's traffic saw dramatic spikes in all 3 countries after the offers were announced. Well, that's duh. I mean, it's a free premium membership. I mean, of course.
Oh, ski.
Yeah. Not to mention, what is, that industry is like in the billions of dollars a year.
They just went up a couple billion looking at this virus.
Yeah, they're about to make a killing.
Oh, but wait a minute! In the future, they're gonna be done for because they can't be sharing this virus. No more movies. Just another virus to add to the list. You've got AIDS and the Rona. Watch out!
AIDS and the Rona. The 1-2 punch. Oh, goodness gracious. I didn't even think about that. Crap.
Yeah.
The people that have AIDS. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Them too. Yeah, that sucks. I didn't think about that either. I thought we were still talking about the porno business.
No, when you said the AIDS and the Rona, I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's people with AIDS. They can't get this either.
They living in a bubble right now. Bro.
Yeah, because they have no immune system. They got 0 immune system. Like, they got to take medicine just to fight off a freaking cold.
Yeah, them sickle cell, leukemia, all of them living the same right now.
Yo. Yeah. So, good luck. Stay safe out there. We all have to stay inside, so,
No, well, again, though, a lot of assholes are outside. Oh, the cherry blossoms. Let's go cough on each other. Oh, we got such a beautiful park. Let's all go to Central Park together and cough. Oh.
We all should stay inside.
There we go. Keyword should.
Yeah, we all should stay inside. Yo, and I saw, there's this website that I saw called, what's it called? It's called COVID. Oh, man, I forgot what it's called now.
But it's very informative.
Yeah, I know. It's basically a site that lets you know state by state when your state should, like the steps your state should take in order to prevent hospitals from getting overcrowded. And essentially, like, every state needs to do like a 3-month shelter in place, at least. Or do a Wuhan-style lockdown where they Gestapo you into staying in your house on pain of, legal ramifications. But yeah, so a shelter in place for 3 months would prevent most states from having overcrowded hospital beds. But just doing the straight social distancing thing for 3 months, if you just did that, you're gonna have a problem. And obviously, if you did nothing, you're asking for just a tragedy.
And with our president, we opted for nothing.
Well, we're not. The states have kind of taken up the slack for the federal government. Am I
gonna have to explain about the cherry blossoms and the beach and spring break again? Because obviously that shit ain't fucking working.
Well, because it has yet to happen here that we have put the force of we haven't put enforcement behind these.
Which means we ain't done the motherfucking thing.
I got you.
Because we ain't put the fucking law enforcement behind it. Motherfuckers can do what they want, when they want, how they want it. Which means they go into fucking beaches and cherry blossoms and fucking bars, and they go into spring break. None of this shit's working, which means we ain't did shit.
Yeah, we haven't done what we needed to do.
It's optional. The fuck? It's an option. You know what motherfuckers gonna option they gonna choose? You gonna choose to stay in the house, or they gonna choose to fuck? You gonna go out and fuck, and that's what the hell they've been doing. Spread this shit. You out here talking about like we doing shit. We ain't did a motherfucking thing.
Jay's like, all right, all you people are gonna have to stay away from me now.
I've been on this shit for a minute, motherfucker. It's been real to me since day one, and they ain't did shit, and they keep not doing shit. Motherfuckers gonna die.
Well, I mean, our governor did. I mean, as far as like the opportunity for people to actually just go out and do frivolous stuff, at least shopping wise, that's all taken down. But yeah, man, I feel you. There's no. I mean, literally, you'd have to basically tell. What should happen is you basically tell people that they can't leave their house.
If they're going to do this shit, they don't have to treat Columbia just like they treated Baltimore during the riot.
Yeah, you have to tell people that they can't come out of their house to go anywhere except to get essential stuff. And they would have to like have like police out patrolling to make sure that people were, adhering to it. That's what you would have. That's what we would have to do. Obviously, no one's doing that. They have to treat
Columbia like they was treating Baltimore during the riot.
Yeah. Yeah, like have riot police out dispersing crowds and stuff. Throwing tear gas. Like, oh, look, there's 5 people gathered. Tear gas. Like, disperse. Go back to your homes.
Like we did something. We ain't did a motherfucking thing yet.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it, I mean, to a certain degree, there are plenty of people that are of themselves making sure that they're not out there unnecessarily.
And what that mean? We ain't did shit. That means some people are doing some shit individually, but we
as a society, yeah, right.
Shit.
Yeah, I am worried, dude. I'm worried that we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna have more sick people than hospital beds. And
so we've already passed that tipping point when that's going to happen.
No, we have the next 4 days. Like according to that website, the point of no return is the 24th to the 29th. So if that doesn't happen here in the next 4 days, we're done.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It's a wrap. In the next 4 days, if it doesn't happen, it's a wrap.
Okay. They at motherfucking bars and the beach. It's fucking over.
Well, not here in Maryland. The bars are closed in Maryland. You can't go to a bar in Maryland.
Bitches was at the Cherry Blossom festivals.
That stuff is canceled, dude. Weekend. There's no
Cherry Blossom in DC, right?
Yeah, that's canceled, isn't it?
Huh?
They canceled that.
Then why was like 10,000 people out there?
Oh, well, people probably were out there, but I don't think there was an event.
Okay, doesn't matter. We ain't did shit, and there's still 10,000 people out the fucking Cherry Blossom. What the fuck did we do? We ain't did shit.
Hey,
you motherfuckers are still downtown. They still have a house. I'm going to the liquor store tomorrow.
Yeah, because liquor stores are still open. So yes,
exactly.
Yeah. So they should.
What the fuck did we do?
Yeah, liquor stores should be closed. I mean, yeah, and like I said, we should have shelter in place that is enforced by police. We're not doing that. And I think
you make the suggestion like we did something. They said shit is voluntary.
Yeah.
I'm a volunteer to go fuck.
Yeah, man. So we'll see. I mean, I'm saying that technically, if the governor comes back and says, okay, tomorrow, like if tomorrow he says, all right, look, based on information that I've been told, you guys aren't really adhering to this like we should. So now we're going to have to, because, the UK did that today. So Maryland has 4 days to institute a mandatory shelter in place. They have 4 days.
4-day bullshit is already over. Fuck your little website.
Hey, I'm just going by what the scientists and biologists say. They're saying that we got 4
on this fucking website. What's the website? Can't even think of the fucking web address. So fuck that website. It's over.
It's called. Dang, what the heck is it called? It's called.
Jack, boy.
I can't remember.
We've already passed the point of no return, B.
It's called COVID Act Now, I think is what it's called. That's what it's called. COVID Act Now. Yeah, let me pull it up on my phone real quick and make sure that that's the... Yeah, COVID Act Now. That's the name of the website.
COVID Act Now?
COVID, COVID. COVID Act Now will basically give you like the data for all the states.
I put it in COVID Act Now, and I got the East Oregonian.
No, the name of the site is COVID Act Now. Now the URL might be something different. Hold on. Let me see. COVID Act Now. Just do a search for COVID Act Now.
That's what I did, and I keep getting the East Oregonian.
East Oregonian? How are you spelling it, man?
The way you spell COVID, COVID, Act Now.
ACT, Act Now?
Yeah. What the fuck am I?
Wow, I don't know what you're getting.
Stupid on the fucking podcast, ACT. I spell Act.
Yeah, COVID Act Now.
I get the East Oregonian. I get Act for Alexandria.
Yeah, it's covidactnow.org. There we go. covidactnow.org. There. Tell me if you get it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So review that. And that'll give you the information that I was talking about. But yeah, so yeah, if we do get put into mandatory shelter in place, then Pornhub will be there for everybody. All right, so here we go. What do we got next? Oh yeah, our Florida man. Florida man segment here. So, all right, let's bring that up. All right, so in our Florida man, we're going to keep it going with another politician. Last week we talked about Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, gas mask, man.
Yeah, gas mask, having to sleep in the Walmart parking lot because he was, no hotel would let him in once he was diagnosed with COVID-19. And Florida keeps it coming, so Andrew Gillum linked to meth overdose incident in Miami Beach hotel, police report says. And this one is interesting because he was found in a hotel room. He apparently was inebriated to the point where he couldn't talk. Another man was passed out after having overdosed on methamphetamines. There were 2 open bags of meth in the room. And I guess there was a third man that showed up and saw them in that state, and he's the one that called the police, I suppose.
Oh, the peoples.
Yeah, he called the police. A little wrinkle to this is that the reason why we know this is because that paragon of political virtue herself, Candace Owens, tweeted it out. And somehow she got that information, I guess, from a leak from the Miami Police Department. But yeah, so, and the 2 people that were in the room, so the person that showed up and called the police and the person that was passed out, or not, well, that was, I guess, that had OD'd off methamphetamine were male prostitutes, or known to be male prostitutes. Yeah, so I wonder what Andrew Gillum, he was partying, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be a Negro savior of Florida. He was swooped in, and they had the election stolen, and Damn, this what happened when you lose the governor race?
Yeah. Yeah, so police found plastic baggies of suspected crystal meth. I will point out, it's very interesting, they made no arrests. No arrests. I can guarantee you, if
that's why you go into politics right there.
Yeah,
that
right.
is why.
Because I can guarantee you, if Andrew Gillum was just Andrew Gillum from wherever, they would have arrested...
From Clearwater?
Yeah, from Clearwater. They would have arrested him, and they would have arrested everybody in there.
He know what's up. He seen what happened to good old Marion Barry. He said, nah, goddamn, if I get high, I'm going to get elected first. Shit.
Yeah. So, and Andrew Gillum is a former mayor of Tallahassee, and he ran for governor in 2018 against Ron DeSantis, who is the current governor of Florida. So paramedics treated... So, I guess... Okay, so who was in the room? So, it was Andrew Gillum. The man who overdosed name was Travis Dyson. And the...
His name is Dyson?
Yeah.
Because he sucks like a Dyson. It was too easy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Man.
We're trying to run a family show here, Jay.
It's got a HEPA filter.
Yeah, the third person was Aldo Mejias. He's the one that called the police. Let's see here. So they didn't arrest anybody. Andrew Gillum's explanation was, I was in Miami for a wedding celebration.
This sounds like a junkie explanation.
I was in Miami for a wedding celebration when first responders were called to assist one of my friends. While I had too much to drink, I want to be clear that I never have used methamphetamines. I apologize to the people of Florida for the distraction this has caused our movement. What movement, Andrew? Gillum went on to thank the incredible Miami Beach EMS team for their efforts and indicated he would keep a low profile for the time being. Wait. He said, I will spend the next few weeks with my family. Yo. And appreciate privacy during this time. Doesn't everybody say that when they're publicly, like, just busted? They're like, I just would appreciate privacy right now.
Yeah, the best, it seems like everybody get in trouble always need to spend more time with their family.
Yeah. It's like, I want to spend time with my family.
You ain't want to spend time with your family last month, nigga. You just got in trouble. Shut up.
Experts said the scandal could put an end to his political career, let alone gigs as a talking head on cable TV. Yo, both of those things are a straight rap.
Why?
Where's Anthony Weiner at, man? Remember that guy?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Donald Trump is not a normal politician.
The
when it comes to
paradigm
that.
has shifted, though. He shifted
we'll
the entire
see.
paradigm now. Maybe
We'll see.
pre-Donald Trump, it would be over. This is post-Trump. No, I'm being dead ass. We got to see what this whole thing has come to now. And also, Weiner was sending his dick to an underage girl at one point too.
Yeah.
And everybody was of age here. He was sending his dick to an underage girl while his wife and baby were sleeping next to him because they were in the picture of his dick as well. That's different.
Yeah, but still, man, this is.
No,
We'll see.
Dog, Weiner could have been caught by Chris Hansen.
Yeah, right.
There are levels.
That's true. I'm just saying, like, just the consenting adult thing is fine.
This is a new landscape. Trump has shifted the paradigm. We don't know what it's like. We need to see. I don't know.
Okay.
You can be sure about it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure that I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure.
I can see him hosting the show and build up to the election.
All right. Well, hey, we'll know. Well, maybe not. I mean, it depends on what he tries to do. After the fact, but he's obviously there's a linked article that says that he not only did he says he had too much to drink at this wedding, but as a follow-up in another report, he says that he's struggling with alcoholism since he lost the governorship.
See,
so he checked himself into a rehab. He checked himself into rehab. So maybe that's step one to him trying to make that comeback. Where he can say, I made it. I'm out of rehab. You guys can, don't worry about that last thing. It was a major lapse in judgment. I was hooked on alcohol, and now I'm clean. So, so that he could...
Definitely not methamphetamines. Definitely not methamphetamine.
Well, he said he didn't take them.
I know you found 2 bags and it was 2 of us.
It wasn't. I didn't do it. I never.
He did both of them.
I've never used drugs.
Just drinking. I never done that.
I never used it. Another funny thing is that when the police first arrived, they said that they could not. It says here, Mr. Gillum was unable to communicate with officers due to his inebriated state. But when the fire rescue workers went back to the hotel to check on Gillum later, he appeared fine. So, he didn't want to talk to the cops. But the fire safety team, he could talk to those guys.
My guy. Yeah, he knew he was in trouble.
Yo, yeah, he knew.
Look, he was drunk, but he knew he was still a nigga.
Mr. Gillum, sir. Mr. Gillum, sir. He's like, fire team coming there. Mr. Gillum? Yeah. You all right, sir?
I'm straight home, man. I just don't bang with them. They're going to fuck me up. I got this political career, so you give me that old discharge paper. I'll be out. All right.
Yeah, right. Yep.
I just came down from that meth high. You feel me? Little tweak, I'm good.
Yeah. Now, the article does point out that this isn't the first time he's had issues that have been public. Let's see. Last year, his name surfaced in a possible running mate. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is his political stuff. It says here, Gillum, however, is no stranger to scandal. He's been linked to FBI investigations and other controversies going back several years. His gubernatorial campaign began to falter late in the campaign after revelations surfaced about his out-of-town trips with lobbyists and undercover FBI agents in 2016. The trips and related FBI developments were chronicled in the pages of the Tallahassee Democrat. Gillum said on the campaign trail that he had learned from his missteps and vowed he would not repeat them.
Nope, this time I'm just gonna smoke some meth.
Yeah, he didn't learn.
He did. He ain't fucking with the FBI no more.
Oh, well, okay, sure. He was like, you know what? I learned my lesson to never mess around with the FBI.
Yeah, it's probably ATF, alcohol, tobacco, fire, because they do drug stuff. You know what I'm saying? He got different alphabets. That's all.
I'll never get mixed up with FBI stuff ever again.
That's right. He stayed true.
Yeah. Dyson survived. So he OD'd, but he didn't die. So
he probably sucked the poison right out of him.
Still alive.
Dyson. Yeah.
Interesting.
Great name for male prostitution.
Oh, man. So, that seems to be all that we have for today. It got a little real there for a moment, talking about what could happen in this state and around the country with coronavirus, which
And we ain't did shit.
Yeah, and yeah. So, with that being said, I guess we'll go ahead and get out of here. I don't have any last words. Jay, do you have any last words?
We passed the point of return because we ain't did shit.
You know, I'm trying to be a little optimistic and say we got 4 days, but I think I'm on more on your side. I think
I said my last words. We ain't did shit.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. And as soon as I can get my stuff down.
A flood of talk.
All right. That's it for the show. Hopefully you guys had fun. Hopefully we didn't scare you too much about the fact that the world is going to end. And civilization is going to crumble. And it's going to be probably Mad Max when everything comes back. But hey, maybe some of us will still be alive. And we'll be able to continue on. But with that being said, this is a Flooded Talk. It's a 2 Cent Planet production. We're live on Twitch 9:30 p.m. on Mondays. Jay's got the mask on, and so if you want to see Jay in a mask, definitely tune in at 9:30 or check out our archives on YouTube. If you just want to listen to us, if you want to listen to us on audio, we're everywhere where you get your podcasts. So make sure you check us out on iTunes, on Stitcher, Google Play, all them things. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get out of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We are 85,000 G.
A Flood of Talk is a 2 Cent Planet production. Go to 2centplanet.com for other shows and articles.